Let's talk about intuition because it's something so important. And I want to tell you a story about feeling and for once actually listening to that intuition, which it was a revelation because I went through the process that I think you will find really helpful as women. Women have this innate intuition that comes from really our divine makeup, this flowing with the gentle waves of the universe of creation. Women, even in Kabbalah, we need less work to ascend. Men need a lot more. And that's because we do flow with this ebbs and flow of creation. And it's such a beautiful place to be. So on the weekend, went to a vegan festival. And I met very randomly a man who started talking to me. He was attractive, he was my age, and he was laser focused on me. The conversation got really, really deep, and we talked for a few hours. When we said goodbye, because I went to join my friends again, who left to get changed to go to dinner, I stayed an hour and a half longer, and then I joined them. And he was so laser focused on me that my friends actually, it's like, that was weird. Like, he didn't even look at the group, he was just laser focused on you. I'm like, I know, I don't know, we just started conversing, and they thought I knew him because he was just so, talking to me only. As we were talking, he was saying all the right things. He was saying interesting things. He was saying things I agree with. But I had that sinking feeling in my gut, like a sinking feeling that something wasn't right. But of course, I don't know the person, so I'm not going to judge. He wasn't saying, again, anything that would trigger my bells. It was just energy. And I said, I left it. I had a pleasant conversation with him. I left, and he said he would come back to the festival tomorrow. And that night, on Saturday night, I slept well, but I had weird dreams, so many weird dreams, which happens when something is in turmoil, because the whole evening I just felt an uneasy feeling that I didn't know what it was. My friends, I said to my friends, I don't know how I feel about this. So my friend asked a very good question. She said, well, are you afraid of getting hurt? Are you not interested? Or is it about him? And I said, I'm not afraid of getting hurt. I guess I'm not interested, but I'm not sure. And about him, I'm not sure. So she said, okay, take your time to think about it. The next day, I decided to, it's before going to the festival, to actually invite him for coffee because the feeling was still there, and I just wanted to, confirm, what I was feeling. What was it? And we met at a coffee shop. The energy was very different. His energy was very different, not for the better, by the way. So that sinking feeling in my stomach kind of came up again. And then we started a conversation and went really, really deep into the conversation. And in the past, I would have probably been very accommodative about that person's opinions and thoughts, and now I respectfully acknowledge what they're saying is correct for them, but I don't agree, and that I would do things in a very different way, or whatever the circumstances were. Even the day before, he was telling me he had this idea of doing something, of opening something, and then the next day when I said, well, why don't you just do it while you're working in your current job if you're afraid of financial stress, and see. And the conversation about him wanting to do something changed to resistance. And I'm thinking that just yesterday you were talking excitedly about this project. And so that different energy was there, which to me just confirmed my innate intuition about this person not being transparent, really, the day before. And you can't fake it for too long, right? And he didn't come to the festival. He saw that I wasn't accommodating him, so he decided not to come to the festival and he went home. So there's no judgment there, but it was so interesting because the moment he left, like, this weight came off my shoulder. Like, I had listened to my intuition, right? I hadn't fallen for the nice words and the correct things that he said the day before. I was just like listening to that intuition. And I thought, wow, like that really just was such a statement for me, a confirmation that working on yourself pays off. And we don't always see it, right? Because how do you know if you don't get into circumstances like this? And I haven't had this circumstance at all. So I experienced this growth by having the circumstances. Sometimes I really believe that the Creator creates these opportunities for us to know where we have ascended and where there's still work to do. And we all have work to do, but it's nice to see that actually when we do the work, there is something that changes. There is this ascension, there's this elevation. And for me, it was listening to my intuition truly, profoundly. And I think a lot of women don't listen until they get into our age, which is in our 40s and 50s, where we want to embody that voice within, because it allows us to truly connect to that knowing, to the knowing that comes from being plugged into this like universal wisdom that we as women have. And our hormonal transitions are like satellites, they amplify this connection. So my ladies, I really would love to ask you to work on things. Feel your intuition. Do not apologize if your intuition tells you something clear that other people may not agree with, and you might even make them feel uncomfortable. It's okay, because we can still do it with kindness, right? I did it with kindness, but I was very firm and steadfast in what I was feeling and what I believed, and I was not gonna accommodate someone that I don't even actually know. But I felt okay. I was aligned with my energy, and that darkness that I felt on the other side, it didn't stay, it didn't linger, because he saw that he couldn't get my light, right? So I would love you to really work on this. And if you can share any episode where you felt the same, where you listened to your intuition and you really felt connected, or maybe if you didn't listen to your intuition, what happened? Share, because talking about it makes such a difference.